right, so black mother says she will not let her sons date black girls. Twitch, hey Twitch, welcome to the party finally. All right, take a listen to what she had to say about this here.
Because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them, unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised. No supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out. Multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, oh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes like, y'all are hella chopped. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then the white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why. And I seen a lot of. When I seen the black boys with the white girls coupled up, looking cute, I seen the Mexican kids, I seen the Asian. Only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting an ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch. She bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down. When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas. That's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
Well, damn. Say with your chest, this is. Oh my gosh. High class, what's going on? Babe said, how's she gonna choose what he do? Good question. But she does definitely not want her sons dating no black girls. That is crazy. What up, Craigtown Mitchell? Today we are talking about a black woman says she will not let her son date a black girl. Black mom says she will not let her son, and this is a black mother, by the way, okay? She is black. Says she will not let her son date black girls after seeing what she described as out-of-control behavior from young girls at a theme park. I want to run this back, but I want to wait till we get some more people. But baby, she said that thing with her whole chest, okay? I don't know if that's the message that she should be out here spreading, especially in this climate that we are in with everything going on. You know what I'm saying? I get it, sis, but not all black women are created the same or equally. I have known, though. Not known. I have seen lately, though. I don't know what is going on, but this aggression when it comes to my black women. There's some aggression there. Y'all carrying guns now, pulling them out, shooting people. Yeah. What up, Mikey Sparkle? We're talking about black woman says she will not let her son date black girls after seeing what she described as out of control behavior from young girls at a theme park. And then let's run it back. What up? Just call me. Thank you for the follow. Let's run it back.
Not be dating a black girl. He will not. Because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them, unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised. No supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out. Multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, oh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes like, y'all are hella chopped. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why, and I seen a lot of, when I seen the black boys with the white girls coupled up, looking cute, I seen the Mexican kids, I seen the Asian, only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting an ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch. She bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down. When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas, that's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
All right. Well, you heard her side. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts? Yeah, she went in. She was mad about her kids not being able to be up in that theme park like they should have been. But, yeah, black mother says she will not let her son date black girls. And like I was saying before, I have noticed recently, because we've been doing more stories on black women, the aggression level that black women be on 1,000%. But I don't know if she should be, especially giving, everything that is going on in this climate, I don't know if she should be saying anything like that. But what are you guys' thoughts? This is our interactive chat. Just look at me. We talk on this chat. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what she said on she will not let her son date black girls? Is she justified in her reasoning? What up, mama? I'll run this back in a second, but we talked about this. Black mama says she will not let her son date black girls after seeing what she described as out of control behavior from young girls at a theme park. Just Call Me says she thinks very overly opinionated. The best thing to do is teach your kids and raise them right. I like that answer. Because everybody is not created equally. I'm just saying. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Just because they were acting a fool don't mean I think the message should be, sons, don't get you them that act like that. You want to get you an educated, yeah. So I'm going to run this back because I know I got some new folks on here. But after I run this back, we chatting, okay? Because I don't just do all the talking. Again, this is Discussions with Dee Parker. Yes, we do discuss, but we also discuss amongst each other. All right, here we go.
He will not, because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them, unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised. No supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out. Multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, ooh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes are like, y'all are hella chopped. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why, and I seen a lot of, when I seen the black boys with the white girls coupled up, looking cute, I seen the Mexican kids, I seen the Asian, only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting an ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch. She bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down. When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas, that's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
What a word, okay? She snapped. Okay, she had enough. But after hearing that, what are your thoughts? Does she have a point? Does she have a point? I'm with her on the 12-year-old. Because, baby, how do you know what big or small? What do you know about that at 12? Oh, my gosh. Whew, these babies. Oh, my God, what we gonna do with the babies? But does she have a point, though? I mean, in the things that she said, does she have a point? And what are your thoughts on she saying she doesn't want her sons to date black girls? And she's a black mother herself. And this is a black woman saying that she does not want her sons to date other black girls. A statement Dee Dee would never say. Because I'm always gonna bet on black. Ain't that what they say? I'm always gonna bet on black. Mama said, how is she talking? Doesn't sound very productive at all, how she knows they were being raised by single baby mamas. Ain't that something it sounds like F.A. would say? I just say it. It do sound like something F.A. would say. But, she doesn't know. She's only speculating and assuming that they are being raised by single parent households. But then again, I don't know. And she lives in the Bay Area, if they have like a high percentage of single parent households in that area. So I don't know the statistics on how she could speak for that. Again, I'm assuming, she's only assuming. But yeah, that is crazy for a black mother to say she don't want her black son to date another black girl. I'm just looking at some of these comments. Well, somebody said, what a weird thing to say. I couldn't imagine hating myself this much. Yeah, it's something that I would never, ever, ever. I would let my kids make their own decisions. But I would, inch them towards, but yeah, I would never say, you're never going to date a black girl. Mama said every word out of her mouth was a cuss word. But then she got the nerve to be calling somebody else ignorant, though. Girl, I get the message. She sounded like she was very frustrated and very disgusted. And I get it. When you get to that point, you get to a point of disgust, and you like, okay, change need to come. Okay, we need to be doing better. We need to be doing something different. I have noticed that it has been, because the stories that we talked about last week with the 41-year-old woman who held the door, and then the woman didn't say thank you, and then that led to her being unalived. I've seen a growing cases now of women and guns and gun violence now. So I have no idea what it's about. I would have to probably dive more deeper into it. But yeah, women, I don't know. Yeah, we've been the ones lately. I've been seeing in the news acting up. Mama said, you can say I don't want you dating them types of girls, but black is a bit extreme. Yeah, I don't think she should have. And that's like, to me, saying, okay, well, every man cheats. And that's not the truth. Because to me, everybody is created differently. Like women. Like how some men like to put all women in a box, or how some women like to put all men in a box. No, because everybody is their own unique individual person. So to me, everybody's not created equally. Just because they were doing that, you know what I'm saying? You just teach your son, okay, that ain't the type of woman you want to bring home to mama. Let me point out some sisters like a Jasmine Crockett who are out here, even though some people feel like she's ghetto, but whatever. I don't agree with that. Like you point out those type of women, like a Kamala, I don't like Michelle Obama. Okay, Shelly, the best example. This is what you set before your children, Shelly. But I think, and this is just my opinion, I think that it's good, especially for kids, to be exposed to all sides, so they can figure it out for themselves. So them seeing that, and maybe seeing how it made her feel, they might be like, okay, well, mama don't like them type of girls. So, babe said them young mamas, I guess, child. Because, again, Okay, we're gonna play this back because it's so much to this. But that 12-year-old child, yeah, I can, because girl, what do you know about big or small at 12? But Black Mom says she won't let her son date black girls after seeing what she described as out of control behavior from young girls at a theme park. And I'm going to run it back again, just in case I got some new folks, which I don't think I do.
Because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids were looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them, unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised. No supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out. Multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, oh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes like, y'all are hella chopped. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why, and I seen a lot of, when I seen the black boys that was with the white girls coupled up looking cute, I seen the Mexican kids, I seen the Asian, only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting an ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch. She bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down.
Yeah.
When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas, that's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah, she had a lot to say. Babe said they friends with their daughters, that's why. I think you can be friends with your child when they get to a certain age. Maybe not like in their like teenage years, because you're still the parent. But as a young adult, I think, you become friends maybe with your mother or your father. Also, a lot of young mamas. You got these babies basically making babies. So they having these babies, okay, and raising them, and they still babies themselves. So I think that plays to a part. I have seen some, no disrespect, I have seen some ratchet mamas. Out there. So, but what are your thoughts on this? Black woman says she will not let her son date black girls. Says she will not let her son date black girls. I just feel like, especially in this climate that we are in, you know what I'm saying? I just think that's such a, oof. I just don't think you should be saying things like that, especially in this climate. We have so much stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? And again, everybody is not the same. So just because they were acting that way doesn't mean all black women act like that, sis. And you should know that. What up, got you opening your tea? And you should know that, sis, that everybody's not created equally. At least I would think you would know that. You know what I'm saying? That's like when we throw these stereotypes out, men and women stereotypes, how some like to say, well, all women or all men. You can't say that. You know what I'm saying? All little black girls don't act like that. What up? Got you opening your tea. I did not forget. I got to send that Zoom link. I got you. But we are talking about a black mom says she does not want her son to date black girls after seeing what she described as out of control behavior from young girls at a theme park. So, asking, what are your thoughts on that? And what a bold statement to say. I mean, I get it. I don't get it. I'll never get it. Because I would never, as a mother, if I did have a son or kids, I would never discourage them from dating, not dating their own race. Why are we the only race? Well, I can't say that because I'm not in other races. But why are we the only race of people that do that? Why do we do that? When it comes to us, because these other races of folks, when I tell you, my brown brothers and sisters stick together, okay? The Asian community, they keep it within themselves. We the only race of folks that are Anyway, Mr. Awesome on Twitch said she's a jerk. You didn't like what she said, Mr. Awesome, huh? Again, I just think it's crazy. Is she what's that girl? Oh, no. She is a black woman herself. She's a black woman that said that statement herself. That's why I said I'm a little confused, because I'm like, as a black woman, as tough as the time we already have, why would you say those statements? I get it. They was acting a fool. Like you ain't seen it before, okay? They was acting a fool. But I don't think, right, Chev? What up, calling me Puda? I don't think, such a statement should ever be said, especially around your kids. New folks, we are talking about a black mom who said she is not going to let her son date black girls. Take a listen to why, in her reasoning, her rhyme and reasoning behind why she does not want her son to date a black girl.
He will not. Because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them, unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised. No supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out. Multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, ooh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes are like, y'all are hella chopped. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why. And I seen a lot of, when I seen the black boys with the white girls coupled up, looking cute, I seen the Mexican kids, I seen the Asian. Only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting an ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch. She bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down. When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas, that's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
Yeesh. She went in. I'm going in.
I'm sorry, but my son will not be dating a black girl. He will not.
Hold on. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Sheb said, I have a black godson that is, hey, OC, respectfully, I get it. Got you, Opie Auntie said, we as a culture that is quick to judge our own culture and not other. I just think it's crazy, again, because I don't hear other races talking, saying they're not going to let their children. I don't hear my brown brothers and sisters saying they're not going to let their children date other Mexicans because yada, yada, yada. Or the Asian community saying that they ain't going to let they little, children date because, what up, Tasha? I'm going to tell y'all what we're talking about, and then I'll run the video back one more time. And then I don't see other races, I don't see the Asian community saying, oh, well, you can't date, little John Joe down the street because I don't hear that. But it's amongst us, we do that. And I don't get it. All right, Tasha OC. We're talking about a black mom says she will not let her son date black girls. After seeing what she described as out of control behavior from young girls at a theme park. And I'm going to run this back again because I got new folks. I apologize. YouTube pre-recorded discussions with
because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised. No supervision, just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out. Multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch about 12 years old talking about fuck Jeremy, his small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, oh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes are like, y'all are hella chopped. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why, and I seen a lot of, when I seen the black boys with the white girls coupled up, looking cute, I seen the Mexican kids, I seen the Asian, only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting an ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch, she bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down. When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas, that's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
Say it with your chest, and sis. OC said, I don't know if you probably weren't saying right to that. Tasha said, oh wow, that's crazy. Not in packs like the dogs. Girl, she went in. What up, Rashad? Got you opening. T said, I bet if their mom was there, they would not be acting like that. I bet they would. The mama probably act that way too. You gotta remember, these babies having babies. So I bet they would act that way. I guarantee. Because the mama probably just as ghetto as the daughter. But that still doesn't change the fact. I mean, where we're at. Especially, with everything going on. These things should never come out your mouth. Saying that, as a black woman, as a black mother, you should never sit there and say, oh, no, my sons are not going to be dating black girls. You keep that to yourself. Because like I said, I don't hear any other races saying what their kids not going to do. It's us. Always us. You know what I'm saying? And for her to sit there and say, your son is not going to date black girls because of one encounter. All black women are not created the same, baby. Look at Shelly. Look at Michelle. Look at Michelle Obama, baby. Okay? Look at Shelly. Prime example. Classy. Okay? Sophisticated. All black women are not created the same. So, just like all black men are not. Tasha said, I laughed so hard, I knocked myself off the live. She's out of control. Baby, she went in. She was mad about it, okay? Tasha said, the behavior exists in every race, I promise you. Oh, I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that we always like to be loud about what we not. I don't hear my brown brothers and sisters saying, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Little Fredrado, no, he can't date Sasha because Sasha is that. I don't hear them talking like that. I don't hear the Asian community talking like that. They stick together. It's us that we are so loud. No, you know what I'm saying? Yes, there are some black women that are ghetto. Okay? And then if you want to throw in the music, you can throw in the music. You do have, these new artists. And it goes back to what I said earlier. I've been seeing, lately we've been doing these lives. We've been talking about a lot of women committing crimes. You know what I'm saying? Normally, sometimes it's Usually the man, but it's been the women. We talked about the 41-year-old who was shot and unalive because she held the door. I guess checked the girl about, not saying thank you, and was unalive because she checked somebody. 41. The girl who killed her was 22, 21. And this goes back to, again, what happened to respecting your elders, and it takes a village. Nobody want to talk about that. It takes a village. You know what I'm saying? Elders used to be able to check you, and it wasn't a problem. Now, if you check one of these youngins, they liable to pull a gun out on you. And you are liable to lose your life. So, I don't know. Hey, the Richardson Kitchen. We are talking about OC. It's crazy. Black mom says she won't let her son date black girls after seeing what she described as out of control behavior from young girls at a theme park. Now, when she was talking about the 12-year-old, because I'm still on that. At 12, you should not know what anything eggplant sizes look like. How do you know that? At 12, I don't even 12. I wasn't thinking about that. 12. But then different times, I guess. I wasn't thinking about I wasn't thinking about that. Anyway, but what are your thoughts on this? Again, this is the interactive chat. I don't just do all of the talking. F.A., this is your speed right here. Oh, here. F.A., you're gonna love this one today. Black mom says she will not let her son date black girls. Black mom says she will not let her son date black girls. Black mom says she will not let her son date black girls. I was trying to let F.A. on. I don't know what happened. Blah, 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 blah. And then there it goes. This thing is so slow. F.A., you're gonna get a kick out of this one.
No, y'all.
How are you today?
Good. Yourself?
I can't complain. You're gonna get
Yeah.
a kick out of this one today, Fa. Black mom says she will not let her son date black girls after seeing what she described as out of control behavior from young girls at a theme park. I want to play this clip for you so you can get the full understanding and her magnitude of her seriousness of this matter.
Because yesterday we went to Six Flags, and when I tell you the pure level of disgust that I saw in these black girls that you independent queens are raising is purely disgusting and disturbing. I literally left early because my kids was looking like, what the hell is going on? And this is in the Bay Area, California. These girls, all of them, unsupervised, in packs, unsupervised. No supervision. Just running amok in the theme park. Multiple fucking fights break out. Multiple. And I'm just like, okay, the police had to start patrolling the fucking park because these little bitches couldn't keep their hands to themselves. One little bitch, about 12 years old, talking about fuck Jeremy, he's small anyway, don't want to meet me. What do you mean it's small anyway? Girl, you are 12 to 13 years old. And then these other girls like, oh, boo, boo, boo. And these dudes like, y'all are hella chopped. It wasn't even the black boys. It was the girls. The girls was fighting multiple fucking fights. Fucking parking lot shut down from fucking them little motherfuckers fighting. And then this white lady asked her not to talk like that. Her and her friends trying to fight the white lady. I'm like, just no self-respect, no fucking home training. And I see why. And I seen a lot of, when I seen the black boys with the white girls coupled up, looking cute. I seen the Mexican kids. I seen the Asian. Only ones outside acting a fucking ass was the black girls. And I'm specifically saying black girls. There was no black boys acting the ass. It was the black fucking girl. Oh, fuck that bitch. She bumped into me. You are 16 years old. Calm down. When I tell you, you bitches are raising little miniature fucking single fucking baby mamas, that's what the fuck y'all raising. Because them little motherfuckers don't respect themselves. They don't respect nobody else.
Well, there you have it. Hold on, let me read this one comment. OC said at 12, all I cared about was Power Rangers. Yeah, I didn't care about a little boy's eggplant size at 12, but yeah, here we are. What up, Rashad? Did you hear the video?
I did.
Okay. FA, I'm gonna go to you first, and then we'll go to Rashad. Thoughts?
I'll be the enemy again. But to me, this is the outcome of baby mama culture and fatherless homes. These little girls is out of control, no home training. This is what happens when you grow up shaking your ass doing TikToks with your child. and the mom is doing the same stuff as that the girls are doing. I mean, it is. I work every day, and the youth, um, not just the girls, but just all of them. It is. But I grew up rough. Like they take it to a whole nother. We didn't cuss in front of adults. You know what I mean? We knew we had to pull our pants up when we, got them around, and we knew that we couldn't be talking loud and rapping and doing all that stuff if it was adults in the room and stuff like that. We knew we had to do that, when we was amongst ourselves. So just the amount, I'd be shocked, man. All I could think about is I got a 10-year-old daughter, and I know I would knock, I mean, every tooth out of her mouth if I ever caught her like doing any of these things. Like, I mean, I'm talking about I'm stricter on the milder things. Some of these things are just extreme. Talking about somebody pee pee little. Come on now. Nah, they girls did that when I was younger. No big,
What?
but they
At
they didn't do
12?
that. Well, oh yeah, I mean, I was in grade, so yeah, they was talking about stuff like that. Whether it was small or not, that was just what they would say to guys. You know what I'm saying? But the point is well, I blame baby mama culture. I'm sorry.
All right,
You
hold on.
know,
I'm gonna get to you. I want to read this comment. Tasha said, "How is she trying to shade the mama saying they independent queens? Is she implying that these girls don't have fathers? I think she is."
listen,
Tasha said, "I agree. The new children are way different from my generation, but we had some hoochie mamas that came from two-parent homes. Facts. And at 12, I had a full-time job. At 11, I was doing a newspaper route. New folks. Black mom said she did not want her sons dating black girls. Rashad, what are your comments?
This is the same point that I've made a million times.
Know it.
Uh, Black people are, I won't say only good, but we are the best at not focusing on solutions to the problems that we have. All we do is point out problems. In addition to the problems that we point out, it's how we address them as well. She called all these little girls, these are little girls, she called them black bitches.
Mm-hmm.
And she put that out in front of the world. The one thing that people are not understanding is, regardless of how Hefe is going to continue to blame black mothers, regardless of that, that is a symptom of a larger problem, bro. You are never going to find a solution.
I said baby mother. But go ahead.
Say it again.
I didn't say black mothers. I always say baby mother culture.
Baby mother culture.
Never
Fine.
say black. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah, baby mothers.
Fair enough. Okay. But placing the blame exclusively on baby mother culture is
Mhm.
a part of the challenge, right? Because you can't address baby mama culture without digging deeper, right? What is influencing the baby mama culture? You got to address those elements that lead to the baby mother culture, right? The no fathers in the home. That is also a symptom. Nobody is addressing all of these Caucasians that are pumping out all of this negative influence on social media and in the music. We never want to address that. We never want to talk about that. Whenever somebody talks about, yes, this music is influential, there's always somebody that points the finger in another direction. Hey, you can't worry about the music. They're not supposed to be role models and all this other shit. I don't care. That's where the damage is coming from.
Yeah.
You got these Cardi B's, you got these Megs, you got damn
Sexy,
it, you got Cardi
sexy red.
and no, not Sexy Red. What's the chick that's fighting geez, Nikki. Yeah,
Oh,
Cardi and Nikki fighting
yeah.
in public. And they old as shit right now.
Baby
And
mama culture.
they still do, but here's the thing: that ain't baby mama culture. That's hip hop culture. Hip hop culture is about
I think
battling and
hip hop
beefing.
culture is baby mama culture.
No, no, no. Baby mama culture came from hip hop culture because there was no baby mama culture
I
before hip
agree.
hop. There was hip hop before
I
baby mama
agree.
culture.
I agree.
So the point that I'm making is the issue is deeper than baby mama culture because there was a problem before that. The hip hop culture was the one that created the baby mama culture. Do you know what started the baby mama culture?
Um, I think a
Did you say something?
multitude of things. Took a,
There was
I
one
said if I
specific catalyst. There was one specific catalyst. You know what that was?
I don't believe it was mass incarceration. I would probably
Nope,
point more
nope, nope,
to,
nope.
yeah,
I'm
I
not.
think
Nope.
I would
That
probably
wasn't it.
point more to, I don't know. No, I'm gonna lean on you. I don't want to. You
Fair
tell
enough.
me what you think the number one thing is that led to it.
My perception on all of this stuff that happened in the 90s, the one thing that took us down a path that we were not going to be able to come back from was one song.
What was that?
The name of that song was, I think the name of the song was Who That Is, but that's just my baby daddy.
Oh, yeah. Right.
When that song came out, that's when everything started going to shit. That's where the term baby daddy came from. There was no baby daddy before that song came out. First, it was the baby daddy, and then it evolved to baby mamas.
Yeah.
And then we just started dogging ourselves on
I think
everything.
shame. We lost shame in our community. Good, healthy shame. Good, healthy shame died in our community. You know
That
what I
is
mean?
when it
That's
was
what it really
embraced.
came from. It was a
That's
time when you would be embarrassed if you had a kid and wasn't married. I mean, and
so,
your whole family made you feel it and reminded you, and it was good, healthy shame. Now,
so
we celebrate bad things we celebrate children are not bad, but I'm saying we celebrate people's bad decisions. How about that? So now
so
they're normal.
the point that I was making is that all of this stuff that you continue to talk about started in the mid 90s when we started to glorify all of the things that we had been trying to overcome. We started glorifying it, and then all of these companies started putting more money into ensuring that our artists pumped more and more crap into our, because you got to think about it. The radio was all we had back in the 90s. That's
Yeah.
all that they would do is listen to
I
the
agree.
radio, buy CDs, and then just jam music all day. That was all we had. This is before the internet. And so the point that I'm making is that until we actually put the blame where it belongs, we are in a perpetual state of finger pointing. Everybody
Well,
mad at
I
everybody
think
else.
that we're not. Well, that's true, but I think that some things are not. See, I believe that you trim off the dead portion of the leaves. You know what I mean? See, I don't think you can save everybody, and I think that everything. Sure, you would like to approach things from a solution based thing, but her bringing attention to this is to me only helping or bringing
That's fuck that.
only helping the people that's not doing that type of stuff anyway. See the mothers and fathers or whoever that's raising children that's out here doing this wild stuff, they're not gonna be affected by that girl saying what she just said. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be clear because I think I get consistently get misrepresented when I say baby mother culture. I'm not saying I want to just make this part clear. I'm not saying that it is the only thing that leads to this type of behavior, baby mother culture. Baby mother culture includes absentee fathers and how they are
Right.
recklessly out here participating in consensual sex with these women, and these women not requiring them to put protection on, or nor are they the men wanting to put protection on. So, I'm not saying that these baby mothers became pregnant. Uh, miraculously. You know what I'm saying? So I know that the guy participated in it. So I want to make sure that's clear. I just kind of get to the end part. The end part is, okay, both of them had consensual sex and she's pregnant now. I'm a person that puts more blame on the one that actually is affected, not the one that caused it. So, like, if you go out and have unprotected sex and a person give you an STD, I'm not going to be yelling at the person that gave you the STD. I'm going to be yelling at the person that didn't protect themselves from getting the STD. I'm going to be like, why would you go out there and have unprotected sex with that girl? Why would you do that? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If
but
your
once
friend,
again,
let me ask you, if your friend got caught chlamydia because she had a one night stand or something like that, you're gonna be upset with the guy that gave her chlamydia, or are you gonna be looking at your friend like, why would you have him to take this steps with this guy you don't know? Like, are we being
see,
honest?
and no, but here's to your point. Are we being honest? I think the fallacy and the fault is the fact that we are choosing one particular individual when there were two decisions that were made. There should be no, well, let him go do what he do. You should have known better. No, the whole purpose is we need to prevent individuals from coming and putting other people in the situation as well. We don't let anybody off the hook. The fact that you're
And
letting
I
one
think that's
side
a
off the
separate
hook,
conversation.
no, it's not. I mean, to your
You
point, you
don't
say,
think
why
so?
would we blame the dude? And the point that I'm making is, no, we need to go find the dude as well and blame him the same way we're blaming the chick. That's
Oh
the point that
no.
I'm making.
Well, I don't raise my kids that way, and I don't really give advice that way. I
Well,
give
fair
advice
enough.
in
But
areas that in place I can control. Like I
okay,
can't
so
necessarily control the stranger, but
mm,
I can have some influence over my friends and family, and I can say, hey, no, because I'll teach my kid. That's like my kid saying, "Well, they did it. Why? What?" I was like, "I don't care what they did. You shouldn't do it. I can't go down and chase the kid down and be like, you shouldn't do that too." Like I gotta focus on the areas that I can actually control and influence.
so
So
let's look
that's
at it
why
this way.
that's what I mean.
So the issue that I have with that is the fact that our cultures were never great. Our culture was never great by thinking about only what affects you.
Right.
When you don't think about the community at large, which is where I'm coming from. You said I'm coming from perspective of what I can control. Fair enough. I come from a broader perspective because I don't only want to control my household. I want to control the community around my household. And the reason why is because the community around my household is going to affect my household. So if you're just trying to teach your kids to do the right
But in
thing,
certain areas, I mean, like I said, I mean that sounds good, and I would like to do that, but you can only do that in certain areas. Like you can't do that in every area. You know what I mean? I can't
well,
control the community in every area. I
but
can't
here's the
control
deal.
that all them black girls at Six Flags was acting a fool, acting a complete fool in that Six Flags. I can't control that. I can't control my kids. I can't say you don't go out there and act like that.
So let me show you how this works, right? You can't start off with every area. But if you address one area, do what you're supposed to do there, go to another area, do what you're supposed to do there, that effort exponentially grows. And at some point, it gets to, how did she say, 20 girls? If
But we don't have
those,
enough unity. I think it'll
no, no,
never.
no, but stop. But here's the deal, though. You keep telling me why we can't do stuff, right? I
Yeah,
get that. I know we
you
don't have
gotta
enough
cut them
unity,
off.
but
You gotta kill them
when,
off.
but when you have people that are trying to provide solutions to come back and say we can't do it because we ain't unified is a defeated mentality, bro. That's a
Oh
hundred
no, I'm
percent
not
defeat.
saying we can't. I'm saying we got to get rid of them. That is the solution.
We got to get rid of what?
Those type of folks that misrepresent us, there ain't no saving them. The
Well,
majority of them, to
so
me, ain't no saving them. Ain't no
so
saving
here,
them. The parents that are lot, them kids that go out there, not all of them, because some of them just probably rebelling, but a good amount of them are acting that way because that's the type of households they come from. Not
completely
all,
agree.
but most,
Completely
and
agree.
ain't no saving them, ain't no
So,
saving them.
do you want to know how they get reached and how they get saved? In every last one of those groups that are like that has those 20 girls in it, there are probably 8 of those girls that are just following along just for the sake of it,
I
right?
agree with that. Yeah.
Those 8 girls might be in areas surrounding where the centralized where the centralized problem girls are, right? So let's say those 12 girls are part of the real inner city, and the other 8 are maybe surrounding that area. Well, if I
Okay.
start efforts in those surrounding areas and tap onto that 8 to where they get it, those 8 have influence on those 12. I may not be able to get directly to those 12, but indirectly, as long as what it is that I'm doing is successful in the area, and I have people that are adopting the same efforts as opposed to saying, no, fuck that. We can't do it. It's too hard. No, if I get people to say, hey, if he's out there trying, I'm going to go out there, try as well. So now we have a plethora of people that are able to reach all of the surrounding areas. And so we take those surrounding areas, and then the effort comes within will eventually get to those 12. No, it's not going to be done overnight. But to say we can't do it is just wrong. That's wrong.
I don't think
It
I don't
hasn't been
think you
done
can.
effectively.
I don't
It
think it
hasn't
can
been
be
done
done.
effectively.
You can't tell nothing to these hoes. You can't
Oh
say nothing to
God.
these fucking baby mamas.
Hold on,
You
FA.
can't say shit to them. You
Do
can't.
you, do you know
You
why?
can't
Do
even
you know why?
correct
Why?
them. You can't
But
correct them.
check
They don't
check
take
me
no
out.
instruction.
Check
You
me out.
can't
Check me.
discipline their kids. They cuss you out for correcting their kid for coming in there acting a fool. You can't do nothing with these
So watch
motherfuckers,
this.
man.
What this is something else that I've been talking about for a very long time. It's a
Hmm.
concept that we in our community we don't understand because we haven't thought it out. One of the reasons why these youngsters take over everything is because they outnumber the people that are trying to correct them, right?
Yeah, especially when the parents are one
A
of the ones that
hundred
are not
percent,
trying to correct them.
100%. So the point that I'm making, and the point that I continue to make this, this call to action, is because I'm going to give you a concept. I had a homeboy graduated from high school with. He said he went to a bus stop and he was about to catch the bus. It was 12 kids out there, right? They was acting up and doing all this other stuff. He's a dude like me. He cares, right? He went to the kids. He was like, hey, such such this, such that, and they didn't listen to him. They were clowning him. They were getting aggressive with him and all that other stuff. And he was like, man, it just hurt my heart, right? It just hurt my heart. And then I realized the reason that they were dogging him out like that was because he was surrounded. What happens if we get 50 people that are like myself, that are like you, that are just unified in the fact that we're about to actually go and address this community issue? What if we started canvassing certain areas, right? So what happens if we go to the schools? Watch this. You know how every classroom a teacher says, you got Johnny in there. And Johnny is he clowns for the class and all this other stuff, and I can't do nothing with him. What happens if you go to that school and you put 15 men in that classroom and just sit on the side as she goes through her stuff? Ain't gonna be no more clowning from Johnny. It ain't. What happens if you have 25 men in the lunchroom just canvassing around? Ain't gonna be no more jumping up on the tables. Ain't gonna be no more food fights. The point that I'm making is that the reason that we have not been able to be successful is because we continue to be the minority. If the people with the passion for improving the community, if we gather together and we go out into these community areas with stronger numbers, I guarantee the response is going to be different. All of those kids that are out there, that the 20 that was, at the theme park, I say more than half of them want direction, but they haven't had any direction that has come to them in an organized fashion. I promise you, especially little girls. Little girls will listen to grown black men. But if you are outnumbered, then they know that they can overpower you. It's
I'm
a
with
it's
that.
a it's a
I
numbers
think we
game.
should do, I think we can do that, and I also think we should lock the parents out. I think it should be a joint effort. I think that you can do that and punish these parents, lock them up. I think that parents should be reprimanded what for what they produce.
So
I
how
really
about
do.
so
They should need,
check me
they
out.
need to go
Check me
to
out.
jail, and
So
maybe that'll
check me
stop
out. Check
get
me out.
maybe that'll
Check
make them more responsible. Stop laying on their back and having
check
babies with
me
niggas
out.
that's not going to be around and stuff.
Okay. So before we get to the point of arresting them, because that's going to take a lot more effort. That's going to take a lot more effort, right? So before we get to arresting them, what happens if this?
That's probably the easiest thing to do. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably
Well,
the
shit.
easiest thing to
Here's
do.
the thing: if it was that easy to do, they'd already be in jail.
No, I'm talking about. Well, no, that's not legal. But I'm saying like if they made it legal, it'd be real easy to lock
Well,
parents
but
up.
that's my point. In order to make that legal, we'd have to go and get legislation changed and all that other stuff, which is a
Right.
more challenging issue. That's the point that I was
Okay.
making.
Yeah.
So
But
what
see,
I'm
Okay.
be careful what you ask for, though.
Yeah, because it almost like it can also backfire, right?
Yeah,
100%.
that's what
How?
Yeah,
you asked for.
I don't see
yeah.
how. I think that we will put things in place where it's,
No,
We
that's very
first
already locking
offenders,
black
first
men up for
offenders.
no reason.
no. I can tell you that that can
No,
backfire
first
easy because
offenders.
first offenders.
No, what I'm saying is you can put concessions and circumstances in there for like, first offenders and stuff like that. This is more for like children that have a history of being terrorists.
Okay.
They've been robbing people, they've been beating up teachers, they've
Okay,
been they've been hitting teachers. They got like these type of kids, not the kid that just mess up every now and again. I'm talking
no, fair
about
enough.
the people that get is consistently getting into things, lock their parents up. Women, when you got a 16-year-old girl and she got 3 kids, I want her mother locked up.
Oh gosh. Let me read these comments. We got a lot. Mama said, get on social media talking about how bad we are does not help. It's a Pope 49 said, she's showing her son that black women, including herself, is jacked up. Mama said, I grew up where a lot of the mothers were single mothers and we didn't act like that. So just you can't blame on single parenting. And Cardi B, she was married or is still married. Is the Pope 49 said, Sammy Sam the Hitman, that's just my baby mama. That's just my baby mama. Okay, Katie. Mama said, but it's called unwed mothers, not baby mamas. Mama said, I've had young girls come into my home to my serve my sons, and their mouths were out of control. They were not single mother homes. Um, Mama said, so FA, same goes for having unprotected sex. And the woman gets pregnant. Men are also responsible as well. And yes, babe, we are talking about the same topic. For my new folks that has just joined the chat, discussions with Dee Dee Parker. I got Todd and FA on, and we're talking about a black woman, black mother who says she does not want her sons to date black girls. Um, I want to also piggyback up what Rashad said because when I was growing up, we had a lot more programs. And I don't know. I know a lot of the funding has been cut for these programs. I was in brownies. I didn't make it to Girl Scouts, but I was in brownies. Like I think things like those type of things are good for young girls to be in
I
because
disagree. Um,
you disagree?
Mhm.
No, I disagree with this. It's crazy though because I'm becoming a lot more concerned. I hear the Democratic speaking points now, and because I got the boots on the ground, the program is not the problem. I'm in D.C. We got almost tens of millions of dollars that they pour into programs. The programs ain't the issue. The kids that we have plenty of programs. The kids that are the problem don't go to these programs. This is what I'm
Well,
trying to tell
but
you.
let's
It's
look
not
at
the
it.
program. That's not the it. We don't need more programs, right? We don't need no more programs. We need children to be forced to go to the program, and we need parents that can
I
fucking
give you
raise
that.
their children
I give you that.
correctly. So I'm not saying brownies is not good or whatever that is. I never heard of that. I'm saying that it don't do no good because for the hoochie mamas
But if you
or these
get them
bad
before
little
a certain
boys
age,
that don't go.
brownies is before Girl Scouts. I was in brownies in elementary school. So if you get them at a certain before they get to that age, I think it could help.
No,
But how do you get them to go though? But how do you get them to go, Didi?
And you said you guys got thousands of programs and they don't go. Maybe because they're not getting the funding. The parents don't have the funding.
No, 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 no. Okay, listen, I know that's a very optimistic way of looking at it. So let me give you the reality, right? They have plenty funding. DC got so much money, it's ridiculous. Ain't nobody hungry in DC. There is nobody hungry. Nobody. No homeless person, all the way down to the richest. Ain't nobody hungry in DC. And ain't nobody unsheltered in DC unless they want to be unsheltered. Okay, it's people that choose to sleep on the street because they got mental illness and maybe a long list of other issues. But they have so much going on in DC. This is really a utopia. They got stuff for everybody in this mother. They got programs for kids. They got programs for parents that can't read. Programs for parents that got a GED. They got so many felon programs for like our metro busing system, our metro train system. They got so many things that where they incentivize them hiring felons. Felons. It's a lot of felons where I'm from that make good money. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Because they get opportunities. So what I'm telling you is, it's not that. And DC is still out of control. The problem is the fucking it's the parents. I'm telling you, it's the parents. It's and when I keep blaming baby mothers, it's not because I don't want to blame the men because they should be involved. If the man say I don't want the baby, he been gone for the past 15 years. It's like I don't even know where to blame. I don't know where he at to blame him. How about that? But you know what I mean. But I do. I can't blame the person. I can't point to the person that is in the house with this terrorist every day that they put out into the world. So that's all I was saying to the programs.
Um, I don't know because I'm not from DC, so
Yeah,
I don't have. I know that a lot of that stuff, like the brownies, the Girl Scouts, I did after school programming where we dealt with computers because it was about to be the wave, or we did ballet. I'm just saying these boys and girls club, you don't see I don't see those too much, and I don't hear about kids going to those type of programs like they
yeah.
used to. Boy Scouts. I mean, at this point, I would my son to Boy Scouts just because of all the negativity behind Boy Scouts now. But I feel like those programs did serve a purpose and did have a good use back in the day. I don't remember children being this out of control.
Well,
Because
here's the point
those parents wasn't
that
twerking.
Hefe is making. The point that Hefe is making is that the programs are still there. You just don't have as many kids going to them. What he is saying is that the issue is the kids that are not going to the programs, right? When we talk, we keep talking about we need more programs, we need more programs. What he's saying is that we don't need more programs. We need more ways to get the kids to the programs that are not going to the programs. And I can agree with that, right? I can agree with it. But I can also tell you that there are still more programs that we need, but I don't know specifically about DC area. So
Yeah.
if they pouring money into it and kids are not going, then
DC is
I get that.
loaded. I promise you, DC is loaded. They have they do so much for this community. I'm talking about black people. They have so much resources here and stuff like that. And yeah, maybe they don't have that in other places. That's why I'm only speaking for DC. But I can tell you, ain't no excuses. You can live in a $5,000 apartment a month building for $30 if you live in DC. Like I mean, it's sweet
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's
And
sweet here,
I know a
and
lot
they
of
still tear it up, and they still tear it up.
I know a lot of the programming. Again, I don't know anything about DC. I know a lot of that type of program was cut out. Mama said, so who does she want him to date? Is my question. She never did. Um, Babe said all that don't mean nothing. Girl Scouts and ish. We need to put these phone downs and raise our kids. Moms no more. We need more men to step up though, like Rashad said, make
I
it
agree with that.
and grow.
I think that the men, I do agree. I think the men would be the solution to a lot of these things. But you know what I mean? If we have, I think that the women have to be receptive. I don't know. Maybe I got it stuck in my head. I hear the voice. I hear it. That's my baby. Don't nobody, you don't touch my baby. You ain't his father. That's my child. That's what I hear in my head. I mean,
No, you're
maybe
not lying.
I'm tainted because that's
No,
what
you're not
I'm
lying.
constantly experiencing. They don't want no
Okay.
help. They
So
want
what
to do things the way they want to do it.
so watch this, watch this, watch this. I hear your message. Your message is basically based off of experience. I am telling you how we get past this and how we do it together. The way that we do it together is to find local men in your area that understand,
Good.
because the issue is that a lot of us are burnt out.
Yeah.
And the reason that a lot of us are burnt out is because we're doing everything by ourselves.
Yeah.
If we get a collective, if you can become a part of 100 men in your community that are willing to give their time to all of these efforts to coordinate meetings with these parents, right? Because the easiest way for the easiest way the parents go and cuss everybody out is when it's just one on one.
Yeah.
But you ain't finna cuss out a room full of grown men. You ain't finna do it. I'm telling you, we are the key to controlling these little outrageous women, dude. So if we don't get together and we don't collectively go address them out of love, they'll never be controlled. All of the stuff that you're saying, I hear it, I get it, I understand. But the one thing that I would tell you more so than anything else the one group of individuals that can control that out of control black woman is a group of black men that are coming with love.
I hope so. Man,
No, there's
listen,
no
we,
I hope. I'm telling you, it's all we if here's the deal. Here's the deal. There's a lot of stuff out there that you've tried. Trust me this one time and try to help coordinate something. If it
I mean,
doesn't work,
I would be with it. I don't want to be the
yeah.
naysayer. I would be with it. I just have a history, and I'm a little experienced. And when I hear the number one complaint of black men is they can't get their women to listen. You can't
Well,
get a
but
black woman to listen to shit, and let alone a little girl. You can't get their
once
mama to
again,
listen to nothing
but why is that?
because they
Why
fuck.
can't you? Well, no, it's more than the fact that they fucked up. It's a power struggle. Once again, it's a competitive element. If you take the competition out of it, they have no choice but to listen. Where's the
What do you think?
competition coming in? You
Well,
have to
yeah.
you have to surround them with men that are out here doing shit, that are speaking to them like they're actual human beings.
I mean, listen, I think I agree with you, Rashad. I agree with you. It's not even like I disagree. I think I am, and I think you said things correctly because you used the right words. We need men that care. I'm like, I'm burnt out on that end. I'm gonna have your way is not wrong, and your way is needed. I'm on the other side. I'm on the part where I want to help out with the harsh truth. I like the harsh stuff. I like the
I get it.
look at you and look what you got going on. Because what I've learned is, what my life experience is, they'll come around. Because you can't fake it. They'll come around when they start to see that they way ain't working, I got a brother boy. You would have thought he had a permanent black cloud over his head. I said, bruh, God ain't picking on you that much. What he trying to do is he trying to show you need to make some changes. And until you figure it out, ain't don't nobody get rained on as much as you do. Every time I turn around, you have something going on with you. Well, that's a sign that you need to make some changes in your life. Ain't nobody that unlucky. Okay? What he's trying to show you is you need to make some changes. And until you realize that fire hot, you're gonna keep sticking your hand in it. So come back to me when your hand burnt, and I'll tell you how they won't get burnt no more. That's where I'm at. You trying to prevent them from getting burnt, and I respect that. I was there at one point, and I think I'm a little tainted because I deal with the lowest of my community on a regular basis. I'm around the lowest. I know exactly that black girl that was making that video. She sounds appalled. She not used to being around niggerdom. See, you know what I mean? You could just tell. It
She
was a
was
little
disgusting. She was just
shocking to her.
yeah. She was definitely disgusting.
I'm constantly around that. So
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I already know. I know it's good black folk. You got clean cut men like Rashad that, got 401ks and you know what I mean? They understand that they're the better representation of what black people what we all used to be at one point, you know what I mean? And I think I'm similar to that, but I'm around the degenerates all day long.
So here's the deal, right? Because yourself, Sean, he even said something one time, right?
Mm,
Talking about, you look like you live in a two-story house, right? You probably got a pantry, right? You probably got a linen
right.
closet and all this other shit. Yes, and I'll never apologize for that. But that ain't where the fuck that I came from. And all of these people that you're talking about, I still go and visit these people in my community because a lot of them are
Right.
people that I've known my whole life. And so I still see all of these issues and I still see all of these challenges. Now, just because of
Right.
the fact that I'm not living in it like I used to be, no, my job is to get my kids away from it and to take them
Absolutely.
to it,
Oh,
right?
that wasn't no
Yeah.
diss.
No, no,
I
no.
got two pantries now.
Yeah.
So I
No.
wasn't saying it like, you know what I mean? I wasn't
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
like to diss you. Uh,
But the only point that I'm making is that just because I don't look like I understand the elements that you're speaking of, bruh,
no, no,
that's
I
where
don't
I'm.
think you, no, I don't, that's what I'm saying. I don't think you didn't understand. I said that you're still in a place where you have the energy to want to do it the way you want to do it, and which I think is needed. I'm saying that I'm exhausted on that area, and maybe because I'm around niggerdom too much, I've been beat to death with niggerdom. I just, I'm done with him. I mean, I know I'm done with him, but I'm like, that ain't my area no more. Call me for the other battle.
But FA, do you understand how dangerous what she is saying to our culture right now, especially with everything going on?
I think that now we didn't get to actually the her part that she said at the end. I want to be clear. I am not a advocate for black people in interracial dating. So like I would never not marry anybody but a black woman. And that's my position. You know what I mean? So I disagree with her on her saying because she had a bad experience with some of these black girls that she's going to
Yeah.
teach her son not to date black women. I am not an advocate for that. I'm highly against that. But and I see that is dangerous. And I can see how dangerous that statement can be. But what I'm saying is, whether I agree with her or not, and I disagree with that part, we sure do make it easy to make hers true. I can tell you this because we can say whatever we want. What she experienced is becoming like the new normal.
I mean, she ain't lying. These little girls. I just said it because the last couple of stories that we have talked about on this podcast has been women committing crimes. Because there's no way that you should be going to a store and you hold the door for somebody and you lose your life.
Yeah,
And
that's crazy
a
work.
woman that did it. So it's been a string of women. I don't know what is going on with my sisters. You know
I,
what type of anger and aggression we got going on,
look,
but feeling
look,
over
I
now.
can, I can tell you what's going on with our sisters, and I mean, look, you're not gonna want to hear it, Hefe, but I, it is what it is. These black men that they deal with
Mm.
have broken these women.
Ooh,
And now women, you got to think about it. They don't have the same rationale that we have. They have a I don't give a fuck mentality anymore. They finally got into I don't give a fuck. Everything is I don't give a fuck because I've been hurt. I've been I've been, tricked. I've been, misunderstood. I've had everybody trying to get stuff from me. So now I'm trying to get what I can get and all this other stuff. Because you got to remember, all of that group of 20 girls, they have not always been like that. I put money on it. I put money on it.
I think most of them been like that from young.
So
Most
let's
of
put
them
it
been
like this.
like that
The
from
ones that have
twerking.
been like
I
that
seen
since
two
young,
year olds twerking.
Lord.
well, okay, right. So in a situation where, yeah, you have babies growing up in environments like that, those babies
Right.
still have access to people that have been taking advantage of them since they have been babies, right? So
I,
it's not like if you have, think about this, if you got uncles and you have aunts young that are telling you, go, little mama, just go do this, go do that, and they
right.
throwing dollars at them and all this other shit,
Right.
that that issue was not created by the baby.
No, 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 no. I agree with you that I said it earlier. That's why I'll be hoping people listen to me. I
No, no,
said
no,
that
no.
kids are victims. I'm not blaming.
Well,
That's why I keep saying lock the parents up. That's why I keep saying that.
yes, but you also saying lock all of them up as well. And I
No,
mean,
I ain't, no,
yeah,
no, no, no. I didn't say that. No, 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 no. Don't miss. Come on, Rashad. I never
that's
said
yeah.
lock all them up. I ain't
Okay,
never
I
said that. I
I,
don't want to
I
block lock
feel
up all my
badasses
black
up.
folk. I used to be. I was never as wild as some of that, but I've matured and grown, and I've done stupid stuff when I was a kid too. So I'm not trying to say, like I'm not one of them people who. No, I was that version of bad at one point in my life. But their version of bad, in my opinion, is just a lot worse than our version of bad at that time. You see what I'm saying? But what
right.
I'm saying, so I'm not saying throw the kids away. No, not at all. I want the parents like I'm blaming the parents. I'm serious. I'm passionate about it too. I want these parents to be reprimanded. I'm sick of dealing with these products that y'all put out into the world. I'm a parent. I'm a parent, and I come from them same extremes that these some of these parents come from. And yeah, I was fortunate to have a Christian loving, well-rounded, modest mother that didn't walk around with a cleavage out and her ass out and all that type of stuff. Yeah, so maybe an advantage that others didn't, but what I will say, in our community didn't. But what I will say is this: I'm a parent, I'm raising my child. and I would knock her head off her shoulders in a second if she was acting
Which,
out of control. We ain't even that's just so extreme. Talking about I be getting on her if she talk back to the teacher.
yeah.
You don't have no opinion. Be quiet. I want to hear what you got to say while you in that room.
I'm with
So uh, that's why.
that
So
kid.
no, I'm not locking up the kids. I'm saying lock the parents up. I want these parents that raise these terrorists to go to jail because they the problem, in my opinion. I think it should be.
Efe,
I think you should be responsible. I think you should be held accountable when you want to bring a child into the world and you don't raise them correctly. That's just my opinion.
Efe, I will agree with you. I just went to a school last week, and I was talking to one of the teachers there, and I said, "Oh, the things I know you have to deal with." He's like, "Yeah, like these parents that think their children are angels." So I agree.
Come on.
You do have parents that do
It made me
feel
a
like
better
their
man. I
children
don't
don't
know.
do anything wrong.
It
Um,
made me a better man when I was young. I used to be upset that my mother never took my side. She never, I mean, whatever that teacher said, it was law. I mean,
yeah,
and I used to hurt my feelings as a young boy. I used to be like, Mom, you don't never want to hear me out. I'm so glad my mother ain't want to hear me out. First of all, I ain't know enough to have an opinion.
yeah,
And second of all, it made me accountable and it made me
yes,
responsible. And you know what it also made me deal with, get real good practice with? That life ain't fair. That
yep,
sometimes even when I'm right, I'm gonna get treated wrongly. So, and I understand now. I develop realistic expectations that, like, oh, I won't be crying over spilt milk. I understand that bad things happen to good people. Yeah,
yeah.
and sometimes you can be right and still get the short end of the stick. You see what I'm saying? And that's just life. You know what I mean? And that's what's helped me. I'm glad that my mother was the way that she was and wasn't my friend. You know what I'm saying? And talking to me and all that old
I think
whatever.
that's part of the problem, though, too, with some parents is this gentle parenting. But then again, I can't blame parents because the system took that away from parents. You know, you could discipline your kids back in the day. And now they don't want you to discipline. They want you to do this gentle parent. Johnny, go sit in the corner. That shit ain't working. And that's
Ain't
why
be
the kids
mine.
talk to you the way that they do. Because it ain't working. Johnny telling you to shut the F up and he only 5. So yeah, no. Mama said, "Fa, you can't preach to black women with bitterness in your heart." And Mama said, "How old were the girls? Because teenage behavior isn't always adult behavior." I think it was 12 to 16. She was saying. And Mama said, "So, Fa, if your daughter does something when she gets older, should she be locked up?" And then we'll do final thought.
Depending on what she did. Depending on what she did. Yeah, yeah. My daughter's not exempt. I'm consistent. If she do something that is worthy of her being arrested, then her black ass need to get arrested. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple.
Now, Rashad, you have sons. Um, when you see this type of behavior, like what message, and then I want to do final thoughts. So Epic, get your final thoughts and y'all get your final thoughts together. What message are you saying to your sons when you see girls and that type of behavior? We can't hear you, Rashad.
Well, my sons are 11 and 9, right? And so it's they're still they are not mature enough to really understand those types of topics,
Right,
where it comes to the type of behavior that we're describing here, right?
right.
And so I'm talking to them a little bit more about, hey, now you're starting to hear people cuss. Just because you hear people cuss, that don't mean that you cuss, right?
That you cuss,
Um,
right.
Now everybody is talking about this stupid ass 6-7 shit, whatever
What's
that
that?
is. It's some brain rot shit that they are on right now. Don't ask what it is. You can't have an adult. You can't get an adult to explain it to you because it makes no sense, right?
Okay.
But it's just stupid shit the kids are doing because they've seen it on TikTok. My kids don't have a TikTok account. My son is asking me, "Hey, how come I ain't got a phone?" All this other stuff. So it's just
Oh
like
boy.
what I am what I am trying to, what I am trying to have the conversations about are just being an individual. I'm trying to teach them characteristics of leadership, right? And so that's the shit that I'm in the process of trying to help them understand before it even gets to look, if you see some motherfuckers out there wilding out, if they see that, that's gonna freak them the fuck out anyway.
Shock them, right?
Yeah,
Like,
a hundred
what the
percent,
hell?
But
a
should
hundred
you
percent.
should you not though? Because eventually they will see that, right? Eventually one day they'll see
Well,
that.
they have so you have to understand they need a structural foundation. You
First,
can't just skip
Okay.
to calculus if they don't know algebra. I have to ensure that
right?
spiritually you're grounded.
Amen.
If
Hmm.
you're spiritually grounded, then a lot of that other stuff you're going to have internal fights with anyway. Unfortunately,
Yep.
my fucking daughter, she is bypassing that shit, and she's the most susceptible of them all,
Really?
man. And when I hear you talking here, man, that's another thing that just goes through my mind is my daughter is a manipulator. She is a liar.
Hmm.
She now daddy's in the office. Bye. And so and so the fact that we continue to put the same principles into her as we do my sons, she is just more resistant. And that's why I just try to get people to understand it's not always just the parents. A good portion of it is. Don't get me wrong. But the go-to cannot be it's on the parents because I'm on a daily struggle. We're trying to get my daughter to understand, you can't be taking stuff from other little girls, manipulating them. Don't you want me to let you? Don't you want to let me have your cookies? Don't you want to let me have that dollar? Her mind is just elevated for her fucking age.
Damn, she good.
Right.
I don't
Oh,
need
she's
her
bad. Look, no, she's bad, man. And it's like I get it because that's the mind that I've always had. But I was my attitude, was different. I was an only child, and I dealt with a mom that it was no nonsense, and the
Hmm.
spiritual backing, right, was just it was all, and so I was just like I was afraid to do anything, even though I had the mind of it. But because we're not growing up in projects, we're not growing up looking at fights and all this other stuff. Now my kids, they're not afraid of anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they don't understand that you need to fear doing the wrong things
Hey, there we go. That's right. That's right.
because they haven't seen enough of the wrong things,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
Right. Right.
And so it all
The healthy
seems
fear.
it all seems unrealistic to them of getting in
Yeah.
trouble because they ain't never seen nobody really get in trouble. They ain't never
They like.
seen
They
police
like. What's
officers,
that?
right? And it's like when police officers come by, they still want to wave.
Yeah.
They still want to say hi, right? They
Where did
still
she get the lying from, Rashad?
That's just who she is.
Yeah.
It,
And that's the
it,
part where I agree with you. I hate to cut you. I don't mean to cut you off, Shah, but
it,
I think it's important for me to say because I'm often labeled on the opposition. This is why I appreciate you saying this. And this is where I want to make sure my position is clear because I know I speak bluntly. That no, I don't want to, kids deserve second chances. And they need, and yes, you can be a good parent and the kids just rebel. That happens. I'm not denying that. I rebelled. I had a good mother and I still rebel. So I'm not disagreeing with that. Children are just going to be children. It happens sometimes. What I'm saying is, your daughter being, I'm not gonna call her a liar, that's your job. I'm gonna say her being maybe mischievous or, or being, sneaky or whatever. You know what I mean?
it,
That is what I would call normal for like children. That's what you call normal things that a parent can like, parent. Talking about these kids that robbing people, shooting, carrying guns, doing drugs, beating up. Man, my step nephew. I don't know how to call it, but my sister's son, brother. They through marriage. They just robbed the boy. They do like some trading stuff where they trade clothes and shoes, and they're like in the ninth grade or eighth grade, and they met up, and the boy robbed him, pulled a gun out on him, and so she
In the
calling me
ninth
about what I think
grade?
in the ninth grade, took the boy's stuff, then put it on the internet. Then
Oh
put it
my
on the
god.
internet. Talking about, yeah, I'm still out here getting niggas and anybody want these drinks, let me know. So I said, you ain't gonna call me. I said, well, my advice is this: if you got two options, you can call the police because you done screenshot it, you know who it is, you know he robbed him, or my advice is see him in school. He beat the fucking shit. I mean, hit him as hard as he can, and then get suspended, and then call the police. That's what you do. You know what I mean? Because that's what been my opinion. Because you gonna have to. Guess what? Even if he get his stuff back, and you ain't never, my child ain't never getting it back. You gonna learn that your ass shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. You gonna have some consequences for your actions. But what I'm saying is, I'm saying that all to say, these kids are out of control. I'm talking about those kids. I'm talking about the more extreme cases, not what we used to call normal bad kids. Normal bad is not the same no more, man. These little motherfuckers will cuss you out.
Yeah, well,
They hit old women.
that goes back to it takes a village. It's no more it takes a village anymore. It's every man for his own now. Fa, Mama said
Yes.
she meant to say should you be locked up, and I want to go back to what Rashad said. Rashad, I just want to share this with you. I used to lie.
Mhm.
I used to lie.
Oh
I
yeah,
did.
you look
Mhm.
like lie.
Whatever. I did. I used to lie. I used to lie. And I don't know if you asked your daughter why she's lying, but I
Mhm.
used to lie to keep myself from getting in trouble.
Yeah,
Of
Like they would
course.
ask me
yep,
questions like,
yep,
who did this? I'd be like, I don't know. And damn well
yep.
I know who did what.
And that's exactly how she is.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, she all of my kids think they're smarter than me, and I have
Of
to
course.
remind them. I have to remind them that my mind is. I told my wife this when we first got married. I said it's good that that God has a hold of my heart because I have a diabolical mind, and I it is so easy for me to manipulate people and to manipulate things and to manipulate situations because not only is it just a part of who I am, but I've seen it. I've seen people get finessed, and as I see things, I notice, and I'm just like I see why he was able to do that. And it was just it's all just been ingested, and I don't want to say unfortunately, but I pass a lot of that on to my kids. The problem is that they're trying to use it right before they understand the
The power.
detriment that comes on the other side.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I am trying to slow them down and just say, hey, yes, you are. I know you're. You know, you all of all the teachers are telling me that they're the brightest in the class, even though they're not making the best. All of them are making the best grades. A lot of them are bored. A lot
Yeah.
of them. I mean, two of them are really bored. Well, all of them are bored, but they're not focused, and they just don't want to follow directions. And that part right there is what's throwing me off. Right? But I also had to understand that growing up in the environment, shit. My oldest son, he was like, man, because I go and I volunteer, right? Go on field trips, and he was like, yeah, all of the kids that went that saw him, it was like, oh, your dad this, your dad that, and then some of the kids like, yeah, you should go to their house. They live in a mansion. And he's like, yeah, now everybody's coming to me about it. So it's like now they have all of this entitlement shit,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so it's just like, fuck, I there is no struggle in these kids
Yeah.
regardless if
None.
they're working, regardless if I'm giving them chores and all this other stuff, they're not struggling. And with this weak ass society of kids nowadays, it's like whenever I'm asking them to do anything, it's just too much. And I'm just like, man, I'm going to give your ass some real work to do.
You should make them do chores. And see, I
No,
had a
they're
paper
no,
route at 11. I used to have to pay for my hair,
yeah,
pay for my school clothes.
yeah.
If I wanted a phone or a beeper, I paid for that. Like my mom and daddy didn't buy that for me. I went out, hustled, made my money, and brought it. So I don't know. I ain't trying to tell you what to do with your kids, but maybe that could be something like, look, you want this PlayStation? You're gonna have to work for it. You're gonna spend
Oh
your
yeah,
own money.
yeah. We got the value of money, but at the end of the day, it's yes, right. So we're working on all of it.
I
Working on
absolutely.
all of it. So the only point that I brought all of that to say, Hefe man, I get where you are. I know you're tired. I know you're frustrated. I know you're tired of seeing it because I am too. And the one thing that I realized is that good people that are trying to do good work get burnt out because we're not doing it together.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's what is my final thought, and then I'll let y'all have it. My final thought is that we have to understand for all of the elements of our community that we want to improve, we need the people who have a true passion for uplifting us. And we need to get that. We need to get together. We need to sit down and we need to talk about what collaboration looks like. Because some people some people have access to people that got money. Like I can bring money. Other people got access to, boots on the ground. I can bring, foot soldiers, right? I can bring locations that we can meet, right? Everybody needs to just come together and have a fucking powwow before this idiot at the top divides us even further.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm canceling Stephen A. Smith because he done spoke out too many damn times about my girl. So I will not be supporting that
Why
black
are
man
we
no
just
more.
now canceling him? That motherfucker
I
is
will not
big
be
gone.
supporting him anymore. I'm done with him. But Efe, what are your final thoughts? And we're gonna close. If you guys got any for the ones got on here still.
My final thoughts is lock the parents up. I think that's
We
what.
can't hear you, Efe. Where you at?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I say my final thoughts is lock the parents up. I think that's something we should really strongly start focusing on, locking the parents up, reprimanding these parents, and my last final thought is just because we've had some bad experiences with some black folk, I'm not an advocate to for black boys dating women that are not black and black girls dating men that are not black. I'm still strong on that. I feel strongly about that. So that is something I disagree with. There are plenty of eligible and sufficient and adequate black women and men out here that you can find one of them. I don't allow a bad experience with them with these, with black boys or girls to now teach your children not to date them. That I think that's the most important thing I want to people to walk away with. I want them to know, don't do that, man. It's plenty of them still out here.
I like that. That's the final thought. I'm with it. Just because one bad apple spoils the bunch, don't mean it spoils the bunch. Look at Michelle Obama. We got some beautiful sisters, okay? Sophisticated sisters like Michelle and Jasmine Crockett, okay? Leading the forefront. So what you see out there, okay? These fake ass sexy reds, these Lottos, these Cardi B's, that's entertainment, okay? Get you a Michelle. Get you a Jasmine. Okay, I'm done. That's my final thought. All right, thank you guys. This will be posted to YouTube later. I know I've been slacking a little bit, but not too much because somebody said you need 10,000 hours, okay, to be successful. So we putting in the work over here. Okay, I'm done. Rashad, why are you looking at me like that?
No, 10,000 hours. Fuck that. We got time for that.
You gotta have 10. They said it takes 10,000 hours to get where
Think about
where
think
you
about
want to
this.
be.
Think about this. That if you do one per day, that's 365 hours a year. How are you going to get to 10,000 hours?
I don't know. That's why I'm working. That's why you see me working. I'm doing these interviews. I'm working, y'all. I'm
Look,
working. I promise
you got
you.
to forgive me. I hear people say things, but I'm just like, let's make it make sense. Show me how to ask
That was
them to tell
young.
you how.
If you can have 30 houses before you're 30,
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
wait. That was
yeah.
Beyonce's daddy that said that. He said you got to do 10,000
Man,
hours. And Tasha,
man.
I got you. You want the autograph? I got to get some stuff printed so I can
Wait,
send out little autograph things. She
who
said she wants the
autographed
autograph of my thing in the back.
of your thing? What thing?
My picture. You don't see it?
Oh, it's an autograph on it.
No. She said she wants an autograph copy of it. I got you, Tasha.
Oh,
Got you. Babe said, "Oh, if she wants that, let the girl do that. Laughing my ass off. I believe in you, babe. Thank you, babe. And Tasha, I
I'm just
got you.
asking. All right. Hey, Tasha.
10,000
Hey,
hours. You got you.
I'll send you an autograph picture. Me too. Look,
Right, of the whole crew. Right, the whole
That's
crew.
right. That's right.
These sessions with Deep Parker up on YouTube. Thank you, Twitch. Mr. Awesome. Thank you guys
all
on
right.
IG. So appreciate y'all. We'll do this again
Um,
tomorrow. I got a
That.
good one tomorrow too. And FA, I say lock these damn kids up. Lock them up. I'm
Yeah,
lock
like
their
that.
asses up. Lock their asses up. Anyway, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Bye.
Wow.